Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am really glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Before I proceed, I just want to remind everybody that my videos are for entertainment purposes only. So let's explore our entertaining topic for today. In the last few days, The Atlantic published an article, I believe it was on January 18th, that was authored by, or at least informed from, Alex Soros, George Soros' son. And the article hasn't caused as much chatter in alt media as the illustration that was chosen for it. Let me take you to a share screen. We'll explore the topic a little bit and then see what the universe wants us to know about it. Okay, this compilation is on my personal Facebook page, which you can access by clicking on the Facebook link that will be in the video description box at the bottom of the, under this article, this video on my channel. All right, now I have to be careful about the words I choose, so understand that, and let's look at this topic. This was the illustration that was used for the article. The article itself can be found at this link here in the fourth comment. The chatter that was sparked by this is, first of all, these are not stock images, number one. So this was very intentionally put out as a combined illustration. This is a bullet hole in the glass, which it's very difficult to put a bullet hole in glass that doesn't shatter the glass completely. So, and Anon's noticed that it tends to look like the Eye of Ra. If that's a topic you're familiar with, great. If not, you may want to do a little reading, because the Eye of Ra is closely associated with some pretty dark deeds and allegiances. Now, over here, we have cash in hand. Again, not a stock photo. There's a total of $47 here. And the Anons noticed that there were, let me go to the exact comment. This is an Anon comment on a discussion site that I like to read. Okay, I think since the two $1 bills are silver certificates, the idea is to do away with someone before he can redeem the certificates and also before becoming the 47th CEO. Now, another Anon had another good observation too. Someone posted in Twitter comments that $30 are upside down and 17 are up. So we have a 17 showing up within this too. And the two are silver certificates, which are not in circulation quite widely anymore at all, especially not the $1 bills that are so heavily, used when people use cash. Larger bills, it might not be quite as unusual to find a silver certificate. So this seems to be a very deliberate mixing of a combination of 47 and making sure that 17 of it is right side up. Okay, now it's also interesting to note that as I make this video on the 22nd of January, it is the 6-year delta or anniversary of a certain post that talked about be careful what you wish for as the world turns, other information, including using the word that I can't say out loud, of doing away with an elected official. And there's been chatter about that. Now, there's also been, before you start to get concerned that that's where we're going with this, is that possibility. There have been numerous attempts on Commander-in-Chief's lives, especially our most recent one, number 45. And we are always assured that he is fully insulated and safe. And if you watched the video I did a couple weeks ago with Linda Paris, we explored the topic of could he be using an avatar to make his appearances, which would render it useless to try to do him harm in a public venue. And we kind of got a nod to that. And I stand by it. It makes more sense than saying they're utilizing clones, which are deep state technology, and labeling white hats gray. I'm not going to do that. Not me. Okay, now if you'd like to read the exact conversation on Twitter, and you don't want to go to Twitter, here is the link for knitter.net, which will take you to the discussion that could have been found on Twitter. So I know Twitter is not available to in some regions, but possibly Knitter is. So you have a link for that, which just, it's a mirror of what was on Twitter for you to read. So maybe you learned something about that today. Who knows? So here we have it. We have a very, in the Anon community, the chatter was definitely this is a calm. What kind of calm? And calm up, I don't mean calm like peaceful, I mean communication. And we know that the deep state is running out of options and time and resources. And so I just wanted to see, is this simply, once again, the entity who is seen in the public eye as George Soros, loves to distract. So is it a distraction to get us looking at those and wondering about the communication? Is it truly a communication? Is it just a warning of, guys, we're almost out of time, something has to be done? Or nothing's going to stop what is coming, which is, kind of the phrase words for that team. All right. It's also one of my little signs up there in SWIC. Also, we have God wins, and then my personal crest with WWG, one WGA, where we go one, we go all. All right, kind of my whole philosophy is right there with those little signs. Well, let's see what the universe wants us to know. We would like insights and information about any possible communications and motivations that illustration from Atlantic was indicating. By the way, Anons were almost sure that the illustration was going to be wiped, and I went to the Atlantic article and it's still there. So that wasn't a valid concern. We're just wondering if there's any hidden meanings and communications that can be we can be informed about that unique illustration of the glass that's had a bullet hole and then the $47 in the palm of a hand. Let's find out if the universe wants us to know what's going on with that. Oh, also, one other thing that was interesting, the nom de plume of the person that wrote the article for the Atlantic was Roha Karma, Red Karma, Red. Yeah, and that's not the only article they've authored. Always very left-leaning, and well, the Atlantic is. Anyway, I read some of the titles on the Atlantic. It's not a title I was like, whoa, no wonder people aren't waking up if they read stuff like this and only stuff like this. Oh boy. Okay, you've got to look at all sorts of venues and make up your own mind, and they just program, don't they? Let's find out though. Enough chatter from me. And left Laura's view, and let's find out what the universe wants us to know about that very interesting illustration, especially on this 6-year delta of a post that talked about possibly what that was hinting about. Let's find out. Okay, we're looking for insights and information about that illustration that appeared in the Atlantic in an article that was based on information given to the writer by Alex Soros. What's the symbolism with the illustration? Communication, symbolism, etc. What is it? Insights and information are sought. Our first card is the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the World, Queen of Wands, and the 4 of Wands. Well, whatever was planned. The near future says, don't worry. Let's get into a little more depth here. Okay, so the situation is indicated by our question. We were asking for insights and information about that article. It definitely had to do with an ending to a former high office holder, Mr. T. Okay, that that's that final call that we've got to stop 45 from becoming 47. Okay. That's the only avenue they have to any kind of victory, and they know it. Now, it was also, this article is meant to be a little bit of a distraction, because as we can see, nothing can stop what is coming. Mr. T is well insulated and safe. It's not something we have to give any concern to, and concern provides energy for those wanting to make that manifest. So there's something to the phrase of don't worry, be happy. All right, so they're going to be doing some look here, not there, and that's kind of what their modus operandi, and that's going to continue. They're hoping, they realize that they're not going to get away with a full victory, no matter what they hope for, but they're hoping to glean something, some energy from people worrying, some energy from misdirecting attention from possibly something that's a little more important. And just kind of trying to do away with. A lot of times this card is interpreted as foes are just throwing down their weapons and leaving in disgust. Maybe because he wasn't playing fair or what have you, or it just wasn't worth it, or something to think about there. It's never about a full win, though. It is sometimes about a battle being fought, a partial win, getting what you can out of a situation. Often that this card is interpreted that way. Moving forward, we have the World card showing up here, which is a victory, not for evil doing, okay, but a victory overall, a victory of the light, because this is a light-filled card. The Queen of Wands is our most important insight card here, and she often talks about optimism and inspiration and accomplishment. So those who are protecting Mr. T from those kind of calls to action, those, it's the final hours, guys, do something, we'll pay you well for it. Those kind of calls to action are just not even something to worry about. And I say that because on the other side of this, we have the Four of Wands, which is a card of celebration, partnership. And we know that the partnership we speak of is the white hats, the white hearts, and the alliance, and those that are seeking to not just move the tides of our country to something that's more healthful and more organically sound, but our entire world and humanity itself. Let's get two more cards here to see what's going on. But yeah, it was definitely, there was symbolism to that. It was kind of a coded communication. Just saying, guys, it's final days. We have to do something if we have even a hope of being the ones that are victors here. And while we're doing this, we're going to distract people as usual from the truly things they should truly be focusing and sending their energy to. And we know when we do, we're not going to get all we want for, but we need something, guys. We need something. And then again, the results, doesn't matter what they wanted. What they're getting is a better light-filled world. King of Wands, card of wisdom, and Four of Cups. This is a card of, okay, this is not a fast action card. This is also a card of, it's okay to take a break, mull a situation over, mull your information over, don't overlook something that actually you may be being distracted from. So again, lots of wisdom going on here, lots of success and accomplishment with these wands both showing up for actions that are happening here. Just that it's landing on top of this, let's say, no way, you might want this, but that's not what you're getting. And another white hat cards with the Knight of Swords, and our final card, Queen of Cups. Okay, white hearts, the Alliance. This is one of their cards saying we're in it to win it. We're not backing down. Okay, we'll never give up. We'll never back down. We're in it to win it. And it's for humanity, and it's for our littlest members of humanity. Queen of Cups, just a reminder to use your emotional intelligence. As they do, these forces do try to elicit certain emotions from you. Be intelligent about what you give your energy to, as I said earlier in this read. Always, always. Never let the tail wag the dog. Okay? All right. So let's recap. On this 6th anniversary or delta of a information drop that spoke about actions by bad players and plans of same. We also looked at a recent article that was illustrated with a very interesting and possibly communicative illustration in the Atlantic Journal. And the article was from Alex Soros, talking about all the wonderful things that had happened because Biden was in office. All right. Okay, I'm having trouble biding my time here. Let's look at what the cards had to say, because we asked for insights and information. Was this symbolic, deliberately symbolic, and was there coded communication involved with that illustration that was chosen for that item? And we got a yes, that it's final days and they know it, and they were putting out a call that they would, if they had any hope for success, they're going to have to do something with keeping some certain candidates from being 47. That's why the $47 were there. Okay. The 17 was possibly a nod to knowing that they've got opposition that's very strong in the form of those that follow that information stream and do critical thinking, use their logic skills. Now, there was also an element of distraction to this. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of our energy on this topic. We're going to give it some interest, but we're not going to give it any energy. We're going to observe and not absorb. So as we observed, what we found is, yeah, they know at this point that their plans have gone awry and they can only possibly redeem some of their plans, but they're trying for at least, to get some of what they originally thought they'd have all of. So they're definitely doing that. Near future was beautiful. Near future said, nothing can stop what is coming. Okay. A success for the world. Okay. Good changes for the world. Nothing can stop what is coming. The world is a major arcana. Its energy is not about events that can be changed or altered. So just a reassurance to us that good that there is success. There is a victory coming that will affect the entire world, a humanity victory. Maybe not a political one, but a humanity one. Okay, the Queen of Wands, strongest insight card, telling us that it's a success, an inspiration, self-mastery. And again, we're learning to master our emotions. And as I said before, stop letting the tail wag the dog. Another card of beautiful connections and success and teamwork indicated here. And it is our efforts, just as regular, ordinary people, that when we say, I'm not giving energy to this concern, I'm not going to provide any kind of energy flow to it. I refuse to. I'm going to save my energy for joy, enjoying my family, for, keeping abreast of current events, but not getting sucked into them or emotionally entangled with them. The White Hat card showed up also in the near future of the Knight of Swords. And just a reminder, it's okay not to be in a hurry to evaluate situations and information streams. Again, that 48-hour rule is often really good to follow, especially on a big event that could possibly, when it has similarities to false flappy things that have happened in the past. Take that 48 hours. It's not going to change the outcome of whatever outcome is happening, but it may change what you absorb as far as believing to be true and accurate. So take that time and don't let yourself overlook something just because there's a lot of distractions going on. Those are deliberate. That sleight of hand, look here, not there. So final thought. That illustration was a big time communication. Okay. And thank goodness, as we're often told, symbolism will be their downfall. And so we're aware and we're watching and we're not engaging. And we know nothing can stop what is coming, and no harm will be ultimately successful against anyone that they plan hard for. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and your attention and being willing to go down some of these odd little rabbit trails that catch my interest. And thank you for letting me share them with you. It's nice to have someone to discuss them with. Allie loves my company, but she's not much for political talk and current events. So until next time, and as always, I send you love and light and wish for you everything bright, no matter who you are. If you're willing to accept that from me, you got it. Bye.